Let's face it, racing fans are not exactly shy about their opinions. Whether it's arguing about who was robbed of a championship or which driver would win in equal machinery, beauty in F1 is just as debatable. So buckle up and prepare your angry tweets. Here's our countdown of the most stunning Formula One cars in history. Speed isn't everything. Sometimes it's all about style points. Number 10. Ligier JAS 1115, 1979 to 1980. You have got to hand it to the French. They are known for making cheese, haute couture, and heartbreakingly gorgeous race cars. The Ligier JAS 1115 looked like it was penned by an aerodynamics engineer after a few glasses of Bordeaux and a long chat with a fashion designer. Draped in its iconic Gaetans livery, this car had curves in all the right places, especially those sculpted side pods and that generously proportioned rear end. It wasn't just a race car, it was a statement. Jacques Laffite's pole position in Argentina by over a second was as stylish as it was dominant, and the car somehow looked even sleeker when run without a front wing, a minimalist masterpiece that said, "Downforce? Non? Merci." Sure, it eventually got outclassed by the Williams FW14B, but in a beauty contest, the JS 1115 would be sipping champagne on the podium. Even when it didn't win, it looked fabulous doing it, like the guest who shows up late to the party but makes everyone else look underdressed. It had attitude, flair, and more than a hint of French charm. Fast? Sometimes. Fabulous? Always. Number 9. Alfa Romeo 158-159, 1950 to 1951. Before F1 was all about carbon fiber and telemetry, there was the Alfa Romeo 158-159, a machine so iconic it could have rolled straight off the racetrack and into an art gallery. Originally born in the 1930s, it made a triumphant return post-World War II and dominated the first two official F1 seasons like a well-dressed tyrant. It had the kind of elegant curves that would make an art critic weep, a front grille that looked ready to devour slower cars, and nosebands so classy they might as well have been Bowdies. Underneath that sleek bodywork roared a supercharged straight-8 engine that belted out 400 horsepower and sounded like a V12 opera solo. It was loud, it was fast, and it was unapologetically Italian, like an espresso-fueled Luciano Pavarotti in racing form. Even Enzo Ferrari, the king of quiet judgment, probably gave it a respectful nod before muttering something competitive under his breath. It was not just a car, it was a grand entrance on four wheels, with 10 wins to its name, and the kind of charisma most modern cars can only dream of. The 158-159 proved you can dominate a sport and look like a Renaissance masterpiece while doing it. Number 8. McLaren MP4 1999. Yes, we know every time someone brings up good-looking McLarens, someone in the room yells MP4 like it's Beetlejuice. And yes, that car is a legend. But the MP4 that thing was cool. Wrapped in its shimmering silver West livery, it looked like it had just stepped off a 90s sci-fi film set equal parts race car and space probe. It was the F1 equivalent of a Nokia 8210 wearing aviators. Compact, stylish, and ready to throw down. Designed by the aerodynamic wizards Adrian Newey and Neil Oatley, it had proportions so titty it could have been used to teach geometry. That mid-height nose, sculpted side pods, and purposeful stance gave it a poised, muscular look. Mika Hakkinen made it dance and occasionally spin. Because the car had a bit of a wild side, it handled like a caffeinated squirrel on rollerblades. But when it was working properly, it was untouchable. It won 7 races and clinched Hakkinen's second world title, even if it occasionally acted like it had skipped its morning meditation. The MP4 did not just look fast, it radiated speed, like it was too cool for traction control. In an era of awkward-looking groove tires and oversized barge boards, this McLaren was a rare slice of sophistication. It was beautiful, edgy, and just unpredictable enough to keep things interesting, kind of like a boned car with commitment issues. Number 7. Williams FW14B, 1992. Designers: Adrian Newey and Patrick Head. Imagine a car so advanced it practically drove itself? No, not a Tesla on autopilot. The FW14B. This Williams wasn't just a technical masterpiece, it was also a stunner. Sporting that unforgettable blue-yellow-white livery and the no-nonsense aesthetic of a car that knew it was about to dominate. Nigel Mansell, mustache and all, won 9 races and the world title in this beast, which only missed out on 1 pole position all year. It looked clean, curvaceous, and aggressive without being cluttered, and that low nose. It's a crying shame that F1's fashion police eventually outlawed that look. Number 6. Brabham BT45B, 1977. Designer: Gordon Murray. Some cars are so good-looking that we are willing to overlook their winless records, and the BT45B is a prime example. Picture this: a red martini liveried fighter jet for the road, complete with dramatic front wings and that aggressive 70s stance. Gordon Murray was still warming up to his fan car masterpiece at the time, but this Alfa Romeo-powered machine had some serious visual flair. The BT45B did not win any races, but it looked like it should have won Best Dressed at every Grand Prix. Number 5. Lotus 72, 1970 to 1975. Designers: Maurice Philippe and Colin Chapman. The Lotus 72 wasn't just a pretty face, it was revolutionary. This wedge-shaped beauty redefined aerodynamics, shoving radiators to the side like a hipster rearranging furniture. And it pulled it off like no one before, winning titles in gold leaf red and John Player's special black and gold. It had range. The 72E, with its outrageous overhanging rear wing, and Ronnie Peterson sliding it sideways at Silverstone, was downright poetic. A design so good it stayed competitive for half a decade, unheard of today. Number 4. Eagle T1G, 1966 to 1967. Designer: Len Terry. Ah, the Eagle. The kind of car that makes grown men cry tears of nostalgia. Dan Gurney's love child, the T1G had a nose like a raptor in curves that would make Sophia Loren blush. With its rich blue paint, white nose stripe, and V12 soundtrack, this machine was more art than engineering. It won just once at Spa of all places, but it won every design contest it ever entered. This is the car you hang on your wall and whisper sweet nothings to. Number 3. Ferrari 641, 1990. Designers: Steve Nichols and Enrique Scalabroni. Ferrari 641 wasn't just beautiful, it was MoMA-worthy. Seriously, New York's Museum of Modern Art actually displayed one. That should tell you everything. The sleek, sculpted body, low-line aero, and V12 growl gave it a presence that practically screamed passion. Alain Prost nearly snagged the title with it, and even though Ayrton Senna's kamikaze move at Suzuka ended that dream, the 641 remains one of the finest shapes to ever grace the Scarlet Mark. Number 2. Jordan 191, 1991. Designer: Gary Anderson. You have got to love a car that looks this good straight out of the box. The Jordan 191 was the ultimate underdog: gorgeous green 7-Up livery, elegant curves, and just the right mix of style and spunk. It did not win a race, but it helped launch a certain Michael Schumacher into F1 stardom at Spa. Gary Anderson's design was so organic and fluid that it looked less like it was engineered and more like it grew in a wind tunnel. Pure poetry in petrol form. Number 1. Lotus 79, 1978. The Lotus 79, designed by Peter Wright, Colin Chapman, and others, is widely regarded as the most beautiful and revolutionary Formula One car ever built. Debuting in 1978, it perfected the ground effect concept with elegant aerodynamic minimalism, sleek, low-slung, and striking in its iconic black and gold JPS livery. Driven by Mario Andretti and the charismatic Ronnie Peterson, it clinched 6 wins that season and won over fans worldwide. Even when it faded competitively in 1979, rebranded in martini colors, the 79 remained a visual masterpiece. It's the car you show to non-F1 fans and simply say, "This is why we watch." If you enjoyed this trip through Formula One's most beautiful machines, don't forget to smash that like button. Got a favorite we didn't mention? Drop it in the comments below. We want to hear your hot takes. Thanks for watching. And remember, speed is great, but style is forever.